BBC Radio Oxford, it is Tuesday afternoon, and with a slight change because it didn't happen on Friday, it is time right now to catch up with our in-house movie critic. It is Van Connor. Welcome to the show, Van. How are you?
I'm all good, thank you, Mr. Ball. But you know what? I'm a little bit muddled. I'm out of sorts. It's not my usual day. I don't know which way is up anymore.
I know. Well, I mean, we didn't speak to you Friday, which is why we're speaking to you today about the releases that were out over the weekend. Now, you're actually just about to go into a screener this afternoon, aren't you? You're in Soho right now.
I am. I'm about to see Escape Room 2. I think it's called Tournament of Champions. And I'm a fan of the first one. It's like a young adult student's take on the Saw series. What's not to love?
Absolutely. I loved all the Saw series, so I'm yet to see Escape Room, actually. Is that worth seeing?
The first one, it's a good bit of fun. You know, it's a sort of hack and slash, teen-friendly, studio horror flick. But it's good fun. It's more brighter and sunnier than the Saw movies, I'd say.
Okay, all right. I'd probably enjoy that one then. But let's get down to business then. What are the two that came out over the last few days that you want to chat about now?
Okay, so first one we want to talk about. Let's talk about The Surrogate, which is a new movie from writer-director Jeremy Hirsch. Not exactly a known commodity, still something of an up-and-comer. And he's written this indie dramedy in which you've got Jasmine Batchelor, who's an actress who's not been in anything really before, like on the big screen. She's done a couple of TV guest roles. And she's a sort of socio-political activist type, a sort of Brooklyn boho chic kind of a person, very woke, who becomes a surrogate parent for her gay friend and his husband. And, it's a great relationship. They have a great friendship. They do, however, find out at a sort of prenatal screening that the baby's going to be born with Down syndrome. And though she wants to embrace the cause and what this means for them and how they can learn about raising a child with Down syndrome, the would-be fathers here have very, very different ideas in mind. I've got a clip for you that sort of demonstrates the shifting tones between the two different parties.
So, are you guys going to go to that community center that Nadine mentioned?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it yet.
I knew somebody with Down syndrome growing up, so
you did?
I don't really. Yeah, my friend Kelsey's brother.
Oh.
Well, aren't you curious to get a sense of the community here?
Yeah, we just have to find out when they're open.
Oh, it's every afternoon except Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's quite an emotional film then, really.
It's a very slick, talky drama. It's very much the kind of, boho chic, kind of Brooklyn-friendly reality bike-style dramedy that hasn't really changed that much since its heyday in the mid-1990s. But Jasmine Batchelor is tremendous here. This is someone who's never really done a movie before, and she's terrific. It's worth seeing just for her performance. The two fathers don't fare quite as well, particularly in one case, as the one who's not her friend. The script doesn't really do his particular kind of performance, which is very stoic, any favours, but the script otherwise is actually rather exemplary. Hirsch has written this as well as directed it, and I think it's a very sharp, insightful drama. Not a drama, more just a straight drama, but with something to say.
Wow. Are you feeling all right, Van?
I had a good time with it. I can't deny. You don't have the best effect a movie like this can have, which is a day later, my partner and I were still talking about it.
Yes. Well, it's a good one if that's the case. Absolutely. All right. Yeah, exactly. So this is out now in cinemas, or is it streaming?
So The Surrogate is out in cinemas, and I believe on video on digital as well.
Okay, fabulous. Well, there you go. There is a brutally honest opinion from Van Connor. Let's get your second movie. What have you chosen?
It is the one, the only Black Widow. We are going back to the Marvel-verse for the first time in nearly 2 years. We were coming close to 2 years, because I think it would have been 2 years, I think, next week since Spider-Man Far From Home came out. And that was the last Marvel theatrical film. So it was the second anniversary next week coming. We are now back, and now we're going back in time as well. We're going back to the events just before Avengers Infinity War, but directly after Captain America Civil War. So this basically explains what happened to Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow, immediately after she became a fugitive for helping Captain America and Falcon and the other miscreants of Civil War. And in this case, she went back to her old stomping grounds of Budapest when she gets a message from a former fellow sleeper agent. We're shown in a 1990s flashback, played by Florence Pugh, lady, rising star and lady of the moment. And this brings her back into action, taking on a former employer turned enemy, played by none other than our very own Ray Winston. I've got a clip for you of the two young Black Widows being chased by an assassin who can mimic any ability, it seems.
Oh, let's have a listen.
Okay, you got a plan, or shall I just stay duck and cover?
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
Oh, I am liking the sound of this. And of course, we've got big connections to Florence Pugh here in Oxfordshire because her dad owns a restaurant here that she visits.
Does she ever hang out though? Because I will start eating there on the reg.
Yeah, she does hang out. There was a picture taken of her sat outside her dad's restaurant literally 2 months ago in Oxford. So
this would explain why she's such a dab hand in the kitchen, wouldn't it? If you go by the Instagram stories. But you know what? She's really good, and she's the scene stealer here. Like, absolutely, the movie is like the only thing that you get from this movie on a sort of consequential level is that it sets up Florence Pugh for future Marvel outings. Other than that, we don't learn anything about the Black Widow that we didn't already know. I mean, Agent Carter arguably did that better, on TV over the course of 8 episodes. You can stream all that on Disney Plus. Incidentally, where you can also stream this as well as seeing it in cinemas, you can stream this on Disney Plus's Premier Access here for £20. So if you don't want to go out for the pictures, you can pay £20 and just stream this on Disney Plus. You've got to have a subscription already to the regular library. But, good fun to be had with Florence Pugh and David Harbour from Stranger Things as well. Rachel Weisz makes an impression. Ray Winston's chewing the scenery, giving it the old Cockney mouth, despite the fact that he's supposed to be playing a Russian. There's some MCU ties in there. There's a post-credit sequence you've got to stick around for if you're following the TV side of all this as well. But you know what? It's nothing. It's perfectly fine. It's a good, enjoyable movie. It's a good, solid enough Marvel movie. But as far as this canon goes, as this library of increasing MCU movies goes, it's one of the weaker ones. It doesn't really offer you anything that you haven't seen in like a mid-season Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. two-parter.
Good for a bit of entertainment, though, I'm guessing.
Yeah, perfectly good, throwaway action fun in the Marvel universe. I would argue that we've needed one of these from Marvel for a while. We had Ant-Man that was kind of some, like a disposable Marvel movie.
Yeah,
That's what this kind of is.
I loved Ant-Man. I thought that was a really, really good film. So if you love Ant-Man, you're going to like this.
Yeah, like no one's watching Ant-Man and going, oh, I need me some hardcore mythology. Give it to me, Ant-Man. But, you're watching that for a bit of fun. Black Widow, kind of the same. There's some setup, but you go into this with the same kind of mindset that you're going into Ant-Man with. You want, a female spy action, which is, one of the genres that Marvel hasn't really done an awful lot with. Fair play, do it here. We've had it on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but if you skip 7 or 8 seasons of that, whatever it turned out to be, here's a handy, compacted 2.25 hour action thriller from Kate Shortland to boot.
Great. And, Scarlett Johansson hasn't really ever been in a rubbish movie, has she?
Oh, I don't know about that, Adam. She's done some turkeys. I mean, let's not forget the time that she sort of thought that she could play Japanese. I mean, there was that little incident which we'd probably best not dwell on.
I tried to forget about it.
Yeah, it's probably best, just for the sake of... But she has done some turkeys here and there.
Well, this sounds like a really good action, fun movie to watch. So how can we watch it?
So you can go and see this on the big screen in a cinema, which I recommend. Go and see it on a big IMAX screen, have some fun with the airborne theatrics, particularly in the third act. Or you can, if you want to save a bit of cash, you're seeing it with a bunch of people, you could just pay £20 and watch it on whoever's TV has the Disney Plus subscription. So you have to have the subscription, but it's £20 on top of that.
On top, yeah, absolutely. Black Widow, sounds good. All right, nice one. Thank you very much, Van. Have a good screener this afternoon, and we'll be chatting to you Friday.
Till the next time, good sir.